Hello, welcome, and welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey. So, it's April. These messages really are, kind of whenever you see them, but I do tend to do them at least monthly. So this month we're using the Work Your Light Oracle deck, and then we're using the Wandering Moon Tarot for additional information. We'll get an Oracle card for the overall vibe, and then of course pull 6 tarot cards and see what the vibe is. I have my little bowl here of all of the zodiac, all of the human design profile numbers. I'm just gonna pick one. Let's see. We have Sagittarius. All right. So let's get an oracle card for our beautiful Sagittarius. I was just talking to my Sagittarius soul sister earlier today. Let's see. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. I had to read that again. I'm like, your guidance is divinely guided. All right, let's get the tarot cards out and then we will explore that more deeply. We have the Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. Eight of Pentacles or Eight of Stars. Now it came out sideways though, so there could be some indecision around work, a body of work, the body. The Empress, beautiful. The Star, oh my gosh. These two have been coming out really pretty close to each other, which is interesting to me. Just, a pattern, I guess. But I feel like every reading I've done, if one of these cards comes out, then the other will eventually. It's just kind of funny. Also, we already have 4 major arcana on the table here. Talk about divine guidance. We have, oh my, okay. We have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. And then the 7 of Wands at the bottom, the 7 of Pentacles. Very interesting. So I want to read from the book on this. So it says, Akasha exists in the 5th dimension and the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future, and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned, soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you choose to work for, a relationship you planned to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It is a time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. And it says, the work your light transmission. Hold the card on your heart, which I know you can't do, but you can put your hands there and either repeat after me or just, say it in your head. I open myself up to receive the wisdom of the Akasha. I'm ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for whatever reason, I looked at the page number, which was 113, which is a 5. So there could just be like some sort of like transitionary kind of, like tension energy, because 5s represent change and that could be uncomfortable sometimes. But what caught my eye when this first came out is that down here is grayscale. And up here where this figure is, there's all these vibrant colors. Lots of blue, lots of purple, lots of pink. And that to me, is throat, third eye, and crown. So it's interesting because, like I said, it caught my eye down here that this is all grayscale. So this could be, clearly this person is walking, right? So there's a journey being had here. And this could be what you are leaving behind, like what it said, like what is no longer serving you, and calling in what is for your highest good and the highest good of the most amount of people. And you could be feeling this a lot more like energetically, because it did mention downloads, which come in basically through your crown, right? Maybe the third eye. But then with the throat, it's like, how do I want to purvey, like this message, like how am I going to communicate it? And also, like, how is it being communicated to me? Like, also figuring out what the hell it is. Like really just kind of giving like enough time and space for that integration to happen. So again, right, I mean, like 3, what did I say? 3 major arcanas on the table. Did I say 4 before? I can't remember. And major arcana cards are like actually happening. Like you can see or you can feel that energy in your life right now. And it is divinely guided for the most part. Like you're following your intuition or following the signs, or, it's the Fool's journey. So it's the actual journey like through our lives. And then the minor arcana are, the energies of the suit. It's like going through the motions of the energy of whatever, the suit that we have out here. Also, oh my gosh, if you are like a fan of synchronicities, wait, okay. I couldn't remember like what numbers these were. So I wanted to see like what, but we have a lot of, so we go 8, 9, 10. There's 2 7s at the bottom of the deck. And we even have like 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't know. For some reason, numbers are sticking out to me, because even, like looking at the page number in the book for that card just kind of stuck out to me for whatever reason. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about the wheels of change. It's actually a 10. So we start with a 10, we end with a 10, which is beautiful. There's another synchronicity, I guess. Love that. So the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, it talks about the wheels of change. I always see the Wheel of Fortune as a good card. I don't care where it shows up. But It's like, like your luck is changing. And also even like revisiting something because it's a circle, right? So it can be revisiting something, but like from a new perspective or from like a new consciousness, even like with this Akasha card, you could be discovering something again within yourself, but it's, coming up from an old place because, obviously tens simplify down to a one. So, in a way, it is a new beginning, but it's like there's something that would have shifted. There's, like clearly because it's a wheel. And also, like with it paired with the star card, it's like you are very much in control to a certain degree of this thing. And it could even be something that you have been really putting a lot of like energy and attention into manifesting this change in a certain degree, because the star card talks about faith, hope, trusting the process. It's Aquarius. Aquarius is air, and that's about our headspace, our mental. The Wheel of Fortune, I believe, is Jupiter, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so it is a Sagittarius card. Love that, too. I just put that together. But also, I see the star card as being that place, like the star is that place between the 5D, which is what the book even mentioned, but, like co-creating in the 5D, like that's where I see anyway, like, we manifest things. And if we are attempting to manifest something, then the energy is available for that thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be trying. But so it's that space, it's the 5D, and then it's the 3D on the other side. The 3D is where we are, obviously, right? So, and the star is right between those two places, and it's that space of blending or like bringing those two things together, like grounding that thing from the 5D and bringing it down into the 3D. And that's where the star is. That's the space between. And that's why there is that message about trusting the process. It also has an energy of showing up, like, being the center of attention. So you could be putting yourself at the center of your attention. But also, too, like with the Wheel of Fortune, there could be something that you are going to be recognized for, or you will be recognized for with the star card. And the 8 of Pentacles, like I was saying before, like, it does have to do with our work, our physical body, our time and attention, the resources and materials available to us. That's what Pentacles cover. And the 8 of Pentacles is focusing your energy on a thing in order to bring it to fruition, or like in order to like literally manifest it in the 3D, which is like what we were even talking about over here. I just made that connection. I swear, I'll catch up to this reading. I love that there's a needle and thread here too, because that to me, like, it tells me that like you could even be rethreading your existence. Keeps coming to mind, but how you do things, how you take care of your body. It also talks about, hard work paying off. And also even like with the Empress card being next to it, and I know, I'm jumping ahead here a little bit, but, and I actually, like, I had this feeling in the beginning to go this way and then this way. So I might do that too. But, this is like, like I was saying, even with the needle and thread, it's like there's something that you are like maybe even revisiting from a deeper consciousness, or elevated or ascended consciousness, where like it has something to do with like the fabric of your literal being. And maybe that's even like on a cellular level, like just the whole thing could be reworked in the 3D. Like, I mean, because literally Pentacles is like anything tangible, anything we can touch, anything monetary, anything that has value. And then it's like, what is going to be manifested out of this work that you're putting in is this Empress energy. And the Empress is the divine feminine, not gender, but the energy of the divine feminine, which is being in flow, intuition, receiving. There's this blossoming happening with this flower here. There's like a nurturing element to it, but not only nurturing yourself, but being able to nurture people and things around you. And generally the Empress is pregnant in the traditional depiction of the Empress. And of course that could mean extending your family, or like biological reproduction, but it's also just having the capacity and the ability to reproduce abundance, reproduce the nurturing, or even creating space for those things. There's also the symbol of Libra on here, and today is a Libra full moon. So that's interesting. But also the Empress, it's ruled by Venus, and Venus rules over Libra and Taurus. So my dog agrees. So that could have some significance with you. It doesn't have to, just pointing that out. And then of course, the Eight of Pentacles is Earth, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and specifically Virgo. So then we have the Nine of Cups down here. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. And I'm so effing obsessed with like how it is paired with the Eight of Pentacles, because this to me is telling me that you are focusing on yourself. What is your wish fulfillment? What are your desires? What makes you feel good? How do you want to fill your cups? Because the nines are individual completion. Like we feel the energy of the suit within ourselves. We recognize the energy of the suit within ourselves. We give ourselves the energy of the suit. And cups are emotions, our emotional body, heart chakra, right? There's 9 shooting stars on here. So maybe you'll see a shooting star. It's, and again, right? Like what do we do when we see a shooting star? Like we've always been told to make a wish. So there could be multiple wishes coming true here, or you could be working on multiple goals or aspirations. Even just like by doing this, by focusing on the Eight of Pentacles, it could even just be that this thing that you're doing with the Eight of Pentacles, it's going to take care of multiple wishes. It kind of has that ripple effect. By like focusing on this thing, it just encompasses multiple things, but you only like focused on like this one thing, right? But it changed so many different things around you. That's a feeling that I'm getting from it anyway. And then, oh my gosh. I swear, like my mind keeps getting blown by this reading. And it's so funny because I literally feel like I'm catching up to this reading. That's so funny. I don't think there has been a reading ever that I have done or put out on YouTube that I have like felt that way. So, and I'm here for it. I'm living for it. But I love that these two are together, because I was talking about with the Empress where, not only are you, like when I was talking about reproduction, not only are you reproducing, opportunities and nurturing and, like the space for yourself, but you're doing so for other people. This is that. So the Nine of Cups is when we feel it within ourselves, right? We can recognize the energy within ourselves. We're giving it to ourselves. And the Ten of Cups is sharing that with other people. This is, everybody around you, like their cups are full. Everybody is feeling fulfilled. And, they could be feeling that from you. Like, you could be some source of that for them. But not to the extent where it's like, it's depleting your energy by any means. Nothing like that. There's nothing on here that's even saying, there's nothing even bad on this table, actually. If anything, it's like coming into your power. Like it's already something that you possess. You have to recognize it within yourself and embody it yourself. Like you're making the one to make that decision, or you're the one that's making that decision. You're the one that's on that journey over here, because this is too like goddess energy, no pressure. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like wanting to say no pressure. Like for some reason I'm starting to feel like anxiety in my body. Like, is this thing too big? And it doesn't, and of course, like it's on a spectrum too, right? Because this doesn't necessarily have to be like, this could be recognized like within your family, within your job, within, like just some area of your life. And also with these mountains here, it's clearly been a journey. This could even be saying that because, this is the only card that really kind of, there's shooting stars on this card, but I don't know, for some reason, like I'm getting this feeling where this somehow is the beginning of like a new journey. Of course, a 10 is a completion. So we would go to the ace after, like the 10 of cups. But that is interesting. We have the 7 of wands at the bottom of the deck, which is self-defense. I don't know why I said it that way. That's kind of interesting. But it's, standing your ground, defending what you're doing. It's also kind of like this card of like not giving up, which I don't think you're doing anyway. Wands are fire, right? So very much Sagittarius energy. And generally, like the 7 of wands, there's usually a person holding a wand in a defensive stance, like kind of having to defend themselves against the 6 wands that are coming up at them. And I always see that as being other people's projections, their fears, their doubts, their reasons why not to do a thing, their criticisms, blah, 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 right? And you're just up there like, I didn't even ask. But also, and it could be whatever this journey is, right? Because there is a star card. And like I said, there is some level where you are being illuminated, right? Like you're getting some sort of recognition. And, people are uncomfortable with that sometimes, but it's like, again, it's their projection. It's their own discomfort that they're projecting onto you. So this card shows up to say, don't allow that shit to have an impact on what you're doing. And especially with the 7 of Pentacles behind it, because the 7 of Pentacles, it talks about a little bit like the 8 of Pentacles, but it's like, what you focus on grows. I always like think about a seed, and you can't just throw a seed into some soil and do nothing to it, right? Like you have to water it. You have to put a little time and attention into it, right? In order to see it like grow into this tree and to bear fruit. So that's to me like what the 7 of Pentacles is, like what you focus on grows. We have the Nine of Swords, which is a bit of a dark night of the soul. This is, analysis paralysis. This can be fear, doubts, but also it's a 9. So there's some level of individual completion happening here. It's like you have thought about all of the reasons, you have gone through all of these things that maybe bring you fear or make you feel anxious, or, the what ifs, the whataboutisms, like all of that you would have gone through already. And sure, that is exhausting. It could make you, kind of feel this type of energy. But oh my gosh, look who's here. The Ace of Cups. Right on the other side of the Nine of Swords, which is pretty beautiful in my book. We were just talking about the Ace of Cups after the 10 of Cups. So here it is. It's a new beginning in some capacity, and it would have something to do with love, the things that you love. Could be a person, of course, but it's something that, like it makes you feel good. It hits you in the feels. And then we have the Tower after that. And the Tower is sudden upheaval. I keep hearing in my head like collapsing timelines, which is a little bit of what I felt with this Akasha card too, with this grayscale. Like there's definitely things that are being left behind, and the Tower is only going to take out what is no longer serving you. And the Akasha card, didn't it talk about that? I am ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. This could even be some level of healing. We have the Queen of Swords. Queens, again, is like, for me, when we embody the energy of the suit ourselves. Swords have to do with our mind. So again, even going from the Nine of Swords, this whole situation happening with the Ace of Cups and the Tower, like I said, that could be some level of healing. Like there's some recognition happening here, and it would have to do with yourself. Like you are realizing something within yourself, because the Queen of Swords, clear of thought, they're holding the Ace of Swords here, which is divine truth. We have this, your guidance is divinely guided. So there's some level of divine truth that is being recognized here. And the Queen of Swords is going to cut out any bullshit. They don't have any room for it. Any of this, that like any fuckery that's going on with the Seven of Wands, if it's coming from outside sources, it's just going to bounce off of the Queen of Swords, or it's going to be cut with the sword. Like this is being very clear about yourself, having an objective truth about yourself. We have the Hierophant, which is, this is a teacher. This is passing along knowledge, whether you are looking into other modalities or you're starting to teach or share modalities. This is a card of Taurus. So again, there could be a Taurus, or doesn't have to be. The Knight of Cups is an offer, whether that's you offering something to other people or an offer coming into you. But again, with it being cups, it's some level of emotional offer. And the Knight of Cups is like the knight in shining armor in the tarot. So, it's like somebody's offering you something good. Or again, you would be offering something to somebody else. I'm leaving it there. And oh my gosh, I'm trying to get better at like remembering this, but if you've made it this far, thank you so much for staying through this whole reading. But if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. I love emojis. But my energy is focused on growing this beautiful channel, and I cannot do that without you. I'm endlessly grateful for any help that you can provide in that area. So, okay, I'm leaving it there. Thank you. Bye.